brings me back to what I said in the beginning of the video, where you might think it's going to be slow, you might think it's going to be a lot of action, and it can be the opposite. It's aggressive, but also be sharp on some of the moves, because you know it's trading. We don't know that it's going to be slow. I think it's going to be, right? But just like, what was that, Friday? Or whenever the last trading day was, it was a full trading day. So it was that Wednesday, actually, right? The bottom line is, we don't know what's going to get followed through. So I came and sat down. I saw SOPA. I recorded that live, thinking about trading it, seeing what I thought it would do, and it pretty much did that. It ran straight up the 3 and crashed, right? It ran even a little harder and was a little stronger than I thought. But at the same time, I was already tied into another play that was moving better, right? So at those points, you know, you got 2 decisions. You either try to get more, which some could say is a little greedy, some could say it's not, depending on how you're trading. For me, I saw it like there was no reason to be greedy. No reason to push. I was waiting for the open for my stock to go, and it did. It ended up moving a lot more than I thought. You know, which brings me back to what I said in the beginning of the video, where you might think it's going to be slow, you might think it's going to be a lot of action, and it can be the opposite of both of those things, right? You never really know until you're in there, and that's why it's so important to know what you're looking for and know what you're looking at. But last time I checked, SOPA had ran and ended up just going down and crashing. BNAI, that's what I was in. That ended up keep going. It's actually up even more now. But I sold all mine off hours ago, right? And
getting in the plays, and you look at it, and I mean, again, this stock is former runner, as I've said in so many videos, right? And that right there alone puts you on the right case, right? It puts you on the right, the end of what you're looking for, right? Because if you're looking at stocks and they're already up here, if you're looking at stocks that always fail in these areas and you're trying to trade them in those areas, you're always going to lose on the wrong side, right? I mean, it's obviously the better short, looking at it back here in January, looking at it back here in October, and also looking at it right here in December, yesterday and the day before, right? But again, right now, today, I wouldn't think it's going to go and do something crazy.
I mean, I'm not telling you to buy any of these stocks. Again, I'm out of everything I played today. 100%.
So I'll clip this and then I'll put
tap
a
back
few
in
more.
later. I'm gonna do a few things, but
EKSO,
that's how you get away from the desk, right?
Played this
like I still got buying power,
back.
but I'm leaving up. You know, and I've looked at it from the outlook of,
maybe
all right, well, this could be again
December
the last trade
4th,
of the
maybe.
year, so why not leave with money, right? I know I could have made a little more today.
I'm not logged into that specific account, but
use your brain. You don't be greedy.
Massive move, 5 to 10.
Step up and hit what you have to hit.
There's things they could do today, but again, this is the same type. These things can trap you. These things, you know, days like this and just dump or whatever. Yeah, we had a lot of momentum yesterday, but if you look at the past 5 days, or let's say the past 10 days, it hasn't been there, right? So just, you can have a good day out of a few bad days, but you still have to be on guard. So me, I haven't took anything. I probably won't, honestly, take anything. If I do, the size will be small. So
You think she love me? I think she trolling. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know.
there is no stress. There is no risk, really, you know, at all. And that's how you got to play it. At times like this, depending on your size, you know, you play it how you need to. Let's look at, we'll break down all these runners. The RMA, I played it back here. Nice profit. It's creeping up. So somewhat, I guess, say, a day 3 or a breakout, multi-day, whatever you want to call it. And those plays are going to be in my course. I don't specifically play them a lot. I wouldn't play them. If we just come up here. So let's look at this area right up here. Since August, right, this stock has just sold off 6, 7, 5, 350 down to 150, right? Literally just everything dropped. I mean, yeah, it can have small momentum in here. But again, do we think we're going to get the maximum return. No, I'll tell you right now, you're not. It might go up. I can't, who knows what's going to happen at the end of the day. 100%, nobody can say. This might be the runner of the day. But more than likely, this has it out of 10 times, 9 times, this is not going to give you what you want, right? So we don't trade it. That's how you got to play these type of stocks, right? Now, if it's 7 times out of 10, it does work. Those are the ones we're going to look to trade, right? That's why I traded it back here, right? So again, that's the saying I'm always saying, ride the hype, but don't believe it. You can't be buying into news and stuff after these stocks have been deflated so much, because now there's no, full run it's going to make, opposed to like I just showed you with, what was it? AEHL, no, it was Exco, I think. Was it Exco? Well, whatever stock that I just had up here, it's a lot different than something like this that's just been on its way down to nothing. And then when we go back here, what did it do? Go, nothing. Just get destroyed. It runs, yeah, if you catch the right part of that run. If not, if you look, all these breakouts just got dumped down, right? Pose to this. I can pull this up because I played this stock recently. Right in here, I think, right? Stock has range. The stock can move. You see? So, same family, but, cousins, not brothers. Oh, yeah, it was Sopa. See that? You see the difference between that? Yeah, it's been at 6 and it's been down to $1. So that's crazy range right there. Like, that's still sloppy, right? If it's something you're holding, right? You're not going to see Apple doing this. You're not going to see Walmart doing this. But at the same time, that's where the volatility lies, right? That's where you can get in. But it's not just going straight down, right? It goes up towards 7, back down to under $1, back up to $6.50, back down to $1. See, it's not just failing. It's going up, going down, going up, going down, right? So that's key. That's key. And I've gotten so deep into it now in this video, even some of this I'm going to have to put behind the paywall. But again, whatever clip you see, if you see the Patreon, go there. I'm going to be uploading everything I can and re-editing some of the stuff even from last year, right? I'll pull up stocks. I watched a video I had on my YouTube, December effect. If you look back, it's the same exact patterns that's happened in this December last year. And I wasn't recording back in 2022, 2021. But you know what was going on in December? The same exact patterns. Not the same exact stocks, every one. It's not an exact 1 + 1 = 2. No, it's more like a science, right? I mean, like an art than a science, right? So you'll see differences, but also you'll see too many similarities, right? And that's where you can just kind of do your own math. But yeah, I'll get off here. Everybody coming into 2026, have a plan, right? Trade in a sim, right? I've traded many stocks in sims. My mentor, anybody I know who really traded big has tinkered with patterns in a sim. I've done so many shorts in sims, and just to get the hang of certain patterns and how I want to play things and how I want to enter even some longs, right? So take your time, right? Take your time. Be careful. Trading is risky and it's a slippery slope, right? Because You can make so much money when it's hot. But if you're playing it the same way, maybe when it cools off, you can also lose. And if you don't have rules behind when you lose, that's when you really lose, right? You're going to win and lose in this business every day. That's no problem. But when you don't have parameters on how much, percentages you want to risk and lose, that's where the issues can come. So I'm going to chop this up, post it ASAP. Go to that Patreon, right? That's some real sauce going to be on there. I don't even be saying like the video, subscribe every time, but I'm telling you, go to that Patreon and you're going to get, if you're trading penny stocks, if you're trading small caps, mid caps, anything with momentum, even obviously I'm in Apple and things like that too, but on a daily, right? If you're looking for the best stocks to play, that's where you need to follow me at, right? Because that's where people are going to get tripped up. You're looking for stocks that CETX. When I played CETX going on a month ago, right? That's key. I promise you that's key. That's vital. That's what I learned when I really got the sauce behind that. That's when I really could make money any day. Really, not every day, but any day, because now you know what not to do. If you're playing two stocks that aren't gonna even possibly work, right? Now you come into the market open. What if somebody else just played one, right? There's a lot more chance you're gonna make money, right? If you played 10 stocks in a week and this person played 3, who you think is going to make more over time, right? You're shooting too many shots, especially if your size is too big on those entries, right? And I won't get too much into that on YouTube. That's way advanced with the entries and the position sizing and everything like that, but it's important. So we'll get on to that at some time. Pull this up for y'all real quick. BS penny stock. It's moving up. I'm just I'm not going to touch this, but just while we're on video, can see from 11 down to 9 cents, right? You don't want to be a part of that down here. You're bottom fishing. And I shouldn't even be giving this sauce away for free because I don't see nobody on YouTube talk about this. But you're bottom fishing. I understand it can go. I understand it can go to 20, 30, double, triple your money. But the likelihood of that happening and the likelihood of you being able to enter in there. In other words, once you're trading with 100K, you can't put 100K into this stock. You can't, right? You can technically, but it's not going to be good for you. You're not going to get the right price. It's going to drive the price, this, and that. So why even play with it down here? You're bottom fishing. 70 cents, 50 cents, 30 cents, 10 cents. It dropped down to 6 cents. That's a bad company. You catch what I'm saying? So you don't want to be involved in these type of stocks, right? But it's the only thing moving, so that's why I brought it up. I know some people are going to try to trade it. Some people, you can make money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't make money on this stock. But you don't want to play with them overall, right? We're not worried about one trade. We're worried about 100 trades. You see what I'm saying? We're not worried about 1 month. We're worried about 2 years. So over 2 years, you might lose 60K in these type of stupid stocks. 60K that you could have kept, right? And that's, I just hope one person can hear that, right? Because I've made so much and then lost playing with these stocks on days like this. Instead of having discipline and saying, you know what? Don't play nothing if it ain't nothing, but definitely don't play in this and give back money. Why? So that's it. Tap in with me, patreon.com/EricWashington1. I'm out.